Hello viola players, we will be working on the first 4 lines of Minuet 2 today. So Minuet 2, much like Minuet 1, has those hooked bows, down, up, up, down, up, up. I'm going to do that on my open G to start. I used a lot of bow on my down bow, down, up, up, and half a bow each on my up bows, but all 3 notes were the same speed. Okay, I'm going to put the pitches in that you use for your hooked bow. In this, your first hooked bow occurs in measure 2, and it starts with a low 2 C natural on your A string, and then crosses over to a 3rd finger on your G string. So notice when I did that, there was a massive elbow rotation to get my left hand in tune on my G string. And that was also paired with an elbow lift on my right side. So let's cycle that hooked bow a couple times. You'll find the pitches in measure 2, high C natural to low C natural. And for our speed, let's go 1, 2, 3. Again. 2 more. Alright, so that's that hooked bow that you'll see. Measure 1 can look very intimidating. So going back to the beginning now, measure 1, you see all those notes and they're all hooked together. So those notes are all 8th notes. We call them do-days in our school. So we go do-day, do-day, do-day. So even though there's all 6 notes hooked together, the rhythm is just 8 notes. Do-day, do-day, do-day. And slow that down to get those pitches right the first time. So it starts on the C on our G string, 3rd finger. And I like to put that C down independently. So that C is down by itself, and then my first finger is ready to go on that E. I'm going to play just the first 4 notes in slow motion. Okay, let's do that one more time so we get our finger placement right. This is the first 4 notes of the entire piece. Ready, go. And make sure that that 2nd finger, C natural, is nice and smushed up. One last time and then we'll move on. Ready? Go. Okay, now let's do the entire measure. This is measure 1. Good, I'm going to take that one step further. Now let's do all of measure 1 plus the first note of measure 2. And what we're aiming for is for a nice in-tune C natural. It's going to be right next to that B. Ready, go. Let's do that 2 more times. Ready, go. One more time, make sure you're moving that elbow, both elbows, to get your clean string crossings. Ready, go. Okay, if that is still tricky for you, pause the video, play it till you got it. And now I'm going to put together measures 1 and 2. The tricky thing is finding a speed that works for both. So I'm going to speed that first measure up just a little bit. So if you need to pause the video to get it up to that speed, that's totally fine. I'm going to go do-day, 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 do, do, do. So that will be my speed for measures 1 and 2. Remember, measure 1 is all do-days, 8th notes, and measure 2 is all 3/4 notes. So do-day, do-day, do-day. make sure both those notes under the hook bow are the same speed as well. So let's do measures 1 and 2, 2 more times together, and then if you need to pause the video, and you might, please do. All right, here's measures 1 and 2. Do-day, do-day, do-day. Last time. Do-day, do-day, do-day. Measures 3 and 4 are exactly the same. So I'm going to move on for now to line 2. The trickiest thing about line 2 is the rhythm. So as long as you're using big full bows for your quarter notes and smaller bows for your eighth notes, then your playing will help you with your rhythm, right? So do, do, do-day, do, do, do-day, 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 dotted half is your rhythm on that second line. So make sure the amount of bow you're using really reflects your rhythm. So I'm going to do those first 2 measures. Make sure that you're keeping that nice C natural low 2, and that you're rotating when you get to the G. So here are the first 2 measures of line 2. Ready, and go. Let's try that again. And listen for that C natural. Make sure it matches when you come back to it. Ready, and go. And now I'm going to add measures 3 and 4. Make sure you get to the tip so you have enough bow for that dotted half. This is second line, measure 3. Ready, go. Okay, so make sure you have enough bow for that dotted half note. Let's do all of line 2. Ready, and go. Now something that's tricky once you've learned those lines individually, lines 1 and 2, is putting them together, transitioning from it. We need to make sure we're feeling that steady beat, continuing to feel our do's and do-days as we're going forward in the piece. So I'm going to play lines 1, 2, and 3, because line 3 is exactly the same as line 1, so we already know it. So I'm going to pick a nice middle of the road speed. So do-day, 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 do, do, do. Continuing on to line 4, starts with the 4th finger. Again, think about how much bow you're using when you have those quarter notes. Moving forward, it'll help you with your rhythm. Do, do-day, do-day, do. Do-day, do-day, like so. Okay, now we have something new. The second to last measure of line 4. You see 3 notes hooked together, right? Not 6, not 4, 3 notes hooked together. When you see that, that's called a triplet, all right? And that means you're gonna fit 3 beats, or 3 notes rather, into 1 beat. And I like this word, evenly, evenly, evenly. So if I'm feeling my beat, my notes which are a D, E, and F natural, low 2, all under a slur, by the way, so they're all in one bow. Did you hear that? Evenly. Let's try that together. Evenly. One more time. Okay, following that triplet, there's a hooked bow. I'm going to play those two measures. Make sure you hold that dotted half. So a trick that I have to make sure you're playing your hooked bow right is you continue to think evenly during that measure. So you're going to go evenly, bum, 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 bum. So you're thinking the evenly as you're doing the hooked bow. Evenly, evenly, evenly. All right, let's try those two measures together. That's the last two measures of line 4. Ready, and go. One more time. Ready, and go. And there may not be a bow lift written in your music at that point. Please write one in. At the end of line 4, you'll need a bow lift. Whether you're repeating or going on to the piece, that bow lift is essential. So here's the entire 4th line. Do, do, day, do, day. I'll do a playthrough now of lines 3 and 4 so you can get the transition, and then you'll have the entire first 4 lines. So I'll go do day, do day, do day, do, do, do. Don't forget to write in that bow lift. All right, that's the first 4 lines of Minuet 2.